Okay, we're going to continue on with indices and look at something called the reciprocal rule. Okay, so this is just one that you need to remember. Right, here's the reciprocal rule of indices. It's a to the minus n is equal to 1 over a to the n. So a to the minus n can be written as 1 over a to the n. Okay, so let's try a few examples. Okay, we're going to write the following. With a positive power. Okay, now you can see there that that's a positive power and that's a negative power. Okay, so let's start with x to the minus 5. Okay, so just following the rule, a to the minus n is 1 over a to the positive n. Well, that means x to the minus 5 could be written as 1 over x to the 5. Okay, example B, g to the minus 3. Well, a to the minus n is 1 over a to the n. X to the minus 5 is 1 over x to the 5. Well, it follows then that g to the minus 3 would be 1 over g cubed. Okay, example C, t to the minus 1/3. Well, that would be 1 over t to the positive 1/3. Okay, so you basically get the power. It's negative, it becomes positive, and 1 up top. Okay, let's try example 2. We're going to evaluate 3 to the minus 2. Let's just have the rule on display again. A to the minus n equals 1 over a to the n. So that minus 2 is going to come down the bottom and become plus 2, 1 over 3 squared. 3 squared is something we know, that's 3 times 3, that's 9. So it's 1 over 3 squared, which is 9. Final answer, 1 over 9. Okay. Example B. We're going to evaluate this time 4 to the minus 2. Well, that can be written as 1 over 4 to the 2. And then 4 to the 2 is 4 squared, so it's 1 over 16. Okay, example C. 5 to the minus 2. Well, that can be written as 1 over 5 to the plus 2. And then 5 squared is 25, 1 over 25. Okay, next one. 3 to the minus 3. Well, that can be written as 1 over 3 to the positive 3. And then what's 3 to the 3? Well, that's 3 cubed. What's 3 cubed? 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and times it by 3 is 27. So it's 1 over 27. Okay, next one, which is going to be 2 to the minus 4. Okay, that can be written as 1 over 2 to the 4. It's 2 to the 4. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 2s are 4, times it by 2 is 8, and times it by 2 is 16, 1 over 16. Okay, we're going to take a short break in the video, but come back to some more examples in a minute, but try the following ones that you're about to see. Okay, so you're going to try these ones. You're going to write these positive powers, that was the first couple of examples, and then you're going to evaluate these, so you should get fraction answers for these ones, and then keep watching the video after that. Okay, next ones we're going to try are just a wee bit trickier. So let's call these trickier examples. However, we have did ones like this, but just missing the final step in class today. Okay, 8 to the power minus 2/3. Okay, well, first of all, let's write it with a positive power, and that's 1 over 8 to the 2/3. Now, the next thing is to take that to the side and work out whatever it is. Now, whatever it is, you then bring it back in, place it there, and you get your final answer. So now what we do is take that to the side. 8 to the 2/3. We did this in class today, and we were starting to get there with it. That number there, and that number up there. Okay, now next you need to find the cube root of 8. So the cube root of 8 is the number that you multiply it by itself and then multiply it by itself again to give 8. Now what's that number? Well, that number is 2. Remember we tried a bit of trial and error with that. Is it 2? Yeah, it is, because 2 times 2 is 4 and times 2 is 8. But I still need to now get that 2 and square it. And what's 2 squared? 2 times 2, and that's 4. So the answer to 8 to the 2/3 is 4. So 8 to the 2/3 was down the bottom of this fraction. So that's 4. So it's then 1 over 4. That's my final answer. Okay, let's try an example 2. Okay, example 2, we're going to evaluate 4 to the minus 3 over 2. Let's do the easy bit first. Change that negative to a positive. 1 over 4 to the power positive 3 over 2. Now I'm going to take that to the side and work out what that is. Okay, so 4 to the 3 over 2. Okay, so it's going to be the square root of 4 cubed. What's the square root of 4? Well, that's the number when you multiply it by itself. You get 4, so that's 2, because 2 times 2 is 4. So square root of 4 is 2, and then it's 2 cubed. What's 2 cubed? 2 times 2 times 2. Take your time, and that's 8. Okay, example 3. And we're going to try 9 to the minus 3 over 2. Okay, so that's the same as 1 over 9 to the positive 3 over 2. That's using this new rule called the Reciprocal Rule. Right, what about 9 to 3 over 2? Well, I just need to go to the side and work that out. So 9 to the 3 over 2, well, that is the square root of 9 to the power 3. What's the square root of 9? Well, that's 3. Because 3 times 3 is 9, and then it's 3 cubed. What's that? That's 3 times 3 times 3. Take your time. 3 times 3 is 9. Times that by 3, and that's 27. Let's bring it back in. So instead of 1 over that, we know that is 27. So the final answer is 1 over 27, example 4. Example 4. 16 to the power minus 3 over 4 can be written as 1 over 16 to the 3 over 4. Okay, 16 to 3 over 4, take it to the side, and that is the 4th root of 16 cubed. That was the 4th root of 16. Well, we could use a bit of trial and error on that one. So that's a number when you multiply it by itself, multiply it by itself, multiply it by itself, you get 16. Now if you're not sure, just choose a number and try it. So what about 3? 3 times 3 is 9, times it by 3 is 27, times it by 3, no, that's not going to work. What about 2? 2 times 2 is 4, times it by 2 is 8, times it by 2 is 16. So it's 2. And then it's 2 cubed. What's that again? That's 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times it by 2, that's 8. Bring it back in, 1 over 8. Now where's that coming from? Well, it just is because that is equal to 8, but let's get 1 up above 1 over 8. Let's try another one. Okay, example 5. Okay, 100 to the power minus 3 over 2. Okay, so that's 1 over 100 to the positive 3 over 2. Take that to the side. 100 to 3 over 2. That is the square root of 100 cubed. What's the square root of 100? That's 10. and then it's 10 cubed. 10 times 10 times 10, well 10 times 10 is 100, times 10, that's 1000. So that's 1000, bring it back in 1000, or 1 over 1000. Okay, so take your time with these ones, really give them a good go. We'll pick these ones up in class tomorrow.